Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Sergio Dominguez with Season 32 commentary for The Sergio Show. So, like I said in the previous commentary, this was, Season 2 of the 20 episode that I wanted to work on. So, when I did the first 10 episodes, some of them were for Season 32, while some of them were for Season 31. And there were just some ideas that I didn't want to work on, like I said before. So, in this case, especially for this episode, I looked at videos on the internet and what I was watching a lot. And I was also watching a lot of well-known puppeteers making puppets and making puppets out of stuffed animals and all that stuff. One late great puppeteer that I was watching especially a lot lately at the time, and he was a big inspiration. Adam Krudinger. At the time, I was watching his work at the time when I was going through some rough spots. Wonderful, talented man, gone too soon. But I was watching his stuff like months before he passed. And there was like a couple of videos that inspired this one. So I was like, yeah, let's have Sergio make a puppet. It's one of those videos where I see how people make puppets, especially Adam Krudinger. So I decided to make a quick episode about that and just think of ideas, record, and it had a nice fun opportunity to bring in a character that existed from the show, Mr. Puppety. Here we are. So this was a fun quick episode. I thought this was a lot of fun. I'll make that the season premiere, because I just made it because I made it. Then when I was done, I was just reorganized and see which one's going to be an episode and stuff. Because originally this episode was going to be called Just Jokes. Like just a series of bits of comedy, random comedy. I had an idea for random jokes. That was just a placeholder, but ultimately I didn't want to make it. So I thought about this, and I like the ugly design of the puppet. And I like Mr. Puppety's reaction. Oh, man. I wanted to have that, internet video kind of feel. But I when I designed that puppet, I wanted to have it look like literally every kind of puppet you think of: hand puppet, marionette puppet, and make it look very ugly and grotesque. Like, it also looked like it's made out of so many different materials that you make a puppet out of, like felt, foam, all that wonderful stuff. And playing Mr. Puppety was fun again, and had a lot of great jokes, and this was a very efficient episode to make too. Again, this was part of that rough time where I was just trying to just make episodes whenever I could. I was getting to the home stretch. Well, not so much home stretch, but it was something. Huh? He spoke? I didn't know that. So yeah. That was an episode. Quick, simple, but a lot of fun to make. That would be the theme of a lot of these episodes. This season 32 had a lot of ambitious episodes, but also episodes I honestly don't want to make, that I replaced with other more fun ideas and a lot more try to benefit what I have. And we'll get to the next episode. Sergio Studios. Alright, this episode. So originally I was going to go to an airplane or airport, but I didn't want to draw airplanes, and I had a couple experiences on airport, but I'm like, no, not now. So I thought, okay, how about something else Toon City related? Let's explore Toon City a little bit of world building. So I thought a couple of ideas of places, and you're going to see that theme in season 32, because one of them I thought is like, oh, gas station. Reuse that and have some ideas for gas station. Have it linked to something else. I'm like, oh, how about a bank? And decided, let me just link those together, which you'll see at the end of that episode. But, yeah. I had some funny ideas, and I'm really happy to reuse a lot of assets and get some stuff out of it. Like that weird-looking thing. And I thought this was fun. Fun gags, and really acknowledge that this is all a cartoon, and with cartoony designs and cartoony stuff, Well, my car, it runs on nuclear energy. The camera pan, you can tell, was 12 frames when it shouldn't have been 12 frames, but look at that. Oh, but I do like that. I love this gag. This is one of my favorite gags. Oh, man. Because I try to make sure that character looks dry, like he's made out of like dry sticks, to really intense the thing that, oh my god, he's going to blow up. He's flammable looking when I designed that character. But it had a lot of great jokes. A lot of like funny gags like this. Here it is. It was fun designing the wetter. It's like, oh, it's not like it's not a lighter, it's a.
It's a wetter.
I thought, oh, wetter. And that'd be funny. And I just upside down the mouth.
Before we go,
And I thought of another quick idea of like, oh, scratch game, you know.
If I win, I'm gonna keep the show going.
And that'd be really funny. Oh man, this had a lot of fun jokes. And this was an episode I thought of on the spot. Same thing with the bank and the supermarket, but we'll get to those. But these were made early on, while in production of season 31. That ended up being an episode for season 32. Because I was just making episodes whatever, and I just when I was done, I would schedule them for release of which one should be 31, 32 season. And this was one of them. This was made because I didn't want to do other episodes, and I thought this would be fun to make, just like the previous episode.
That's all for this episode of
Not reusing assets, not really focusing on lip sync, like I said in the previous commentary, with all the messed up reworked audio that I had to do. If you could listen to it. Excuse me about that. Hopefully this commentary audio will be better. I don't know from this. But, you know, fun episode. Fun, quick episode to make. Just like the next one.
Sergio Studios.
Alright, so, this episode was gonna take place. It was gonna be a Dragon Sergio episode, another one. Because I had other ideas for dragons in pop culture, and what if you had a castle? And originally I was getting ready to work on it. I had the audio recording device, you know, and I was recording random jokes, but honestly I just was like, okay, Dragon Sergio. Decided I didn't want to work on it. I got fatigued just recording it, and I'm like, no, this is not funny. It's not going to work, and I don't want to animate Dragon Sergio again for the time being. So let me just think of something else. And I thought, oh, bank. Toon City Bank. And I have thought of a lot of also funny gags about banks. All the crazy ideas you get. Got to reuse some characters. A lot of funny gags and characters in this one. If you think of banks, you think of all that stuff. Yeah, I'm a bank. Boring. Bank. Yeah, all those times that I've been through a bank and stuff, it would be, you know, very quiet, tedious. I think I got the vibe just fine.
I'm almost there.
And brought some characters back too. So this was a fun one. Again, another fun one. And, oh, let's see. How does a robbery work now?
All right. How much would you like to rob from us? Remember, more than $10,000.
Designing some of these characters were also fun.
All of the money. Okay, all of the money. All right. Okay, would you like it all in cash? Yes, please put it all in the bag. Okay, all of the money.
Excuse me.
And, here you go. Thank you very much.
Very quiet, very subtle.
The police will be on their way. Thank you.
This one was funny.
I'm here to deposit all of my
I don't know if it's based on someone, I'm not sure, but I thought of the idea of you know, what's going on in the world with money and digital money and currency and how we're handling our money these days. So that would be a quick little jab at that. This one, yeah, you can see very crude. I try to make it look frantic, but all I can do is just 3 cartoon characters twinning around all that stuff. Same thing with that character, so I'm just like, you gotta draw in a pen bank, pen in a bank with the chain and all that stuff. Yeah, that's good. There you go. Yes, again, simple fun episode at a time where I'm like, I gotta make some episodes. Come on, in between the rough stuff going on in my life, I'm trying to get out of. But everything's okay. Yeah, got through to the other side. It was a little bit tough. It even ended really rough, but we'll get to that soon.
Sergio Studios. It's the
All right, this episode. Yep. I was like, you know what? We should have a supermarket. I remember I did a cartoon in a supermarket in the Toon City area, so I decided to bring it back. But since, again, this was on such a quick, short notice, I didn't even really record dialogue. I just made a lot of animation visual gags, which made making the episode a lot more efficient. But it had a lot of fun gags. And I reused, again, a lot of assets and redraw some things. This one's a classic one. What am I looking at? Sauce? Sauce? Gibberish. And I just thought of a bunch of gags, but I was like, how about canned Sergio? Yeah, that's good. It'd be funny. And I was trying to just scrape some ideas. I'm like, oh. So this was a fun episode again to make, even though I was just scraping through some ideas and gags. And I didn't want to animate me talking, so I was like, oh, all that stuff. I remember those. That was fun to animate too. I was like, how am I going to do that? But it worked. Maybe it was a little too long, but it's fine. It's like, got all my stuff. Even that was fun. I was like, how am I going to do that?
I don't know why I didn't say anything at all throughout that whole time. Well,
there I am. Me.
Thank you very much for watching. I am Sergio Dominguez saying...
I think I drew the front of the grocery store because the inside was only the inside. But yeah, a lot of the shopping things came from an old cartoon that I did 10 years ago or so. And again, very fun episode. Just put some gags together very quietly and quickly. Had a very, very hectic year. But still fun. Very fun. Alright, here we are for the next episode. Oh yeah, I forgot to bring up. In the previous episode, originally it was going to be food trucks. Like the character was going to go through food trucks. But I didn't want to draw food trucks and I couldn't think of anything funny, so I went with this one. Now for this, with the previous one I mean, 314. Now for this one, originally this episode I was literally going to jump a shark. If you know that, you know that. But again, I couldn't think of anything funny. So this is where I was like, yeah, let me make it a Chunky episode and let's do it the other way around. Have Chunky find me like I'm missing. And I just thought of fun visuals like that. Of him trying to find me. Trying to find me. Go, my precious pug. Go. Find me. I might be somewhere.
Bark.
Yeah, but he's a sweetie. And I was like, yeah, I gotta make a Chunky episode somehow. I didn't want him to go to the vet yet, so I just thought, let me just use a couple of gags. And again, I didn't have to do much. Animate some visuals, remember a couple of callbacks, as you can see here, and work from there. Simple tweening and rigging for this one. But I never want to animate the character sad or frowned. So I try my best to still convey it through the stiff expressions that he has. Bar? Yeah, but again, another callback. But it was nice to reuse assets and bring ideas back for a different context in this case.
Alas, we have no ability to do that. You're on your own with
This came out really good.
Anyway, thank you for summoning us.
Yeah, but it was pretty. I think this was pretty late into production too. Or I was like, I'm getting to the last 10 episodes of the show, you know. So there we go. And it's like, let's just go. And there was a point where I was like, let's go, let's do this.
Hey, Chunky, how's it going? Bark, 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 bark. Yeah, that's right, Chunky.
And here I am.
Well,
Yeah, I think I was under a bucket. I think there was other idedes, like I was stuck in a laundry machine, but like, no.
For some reason, I got
It was supposed to be more
stuck in this
ridiculous
bucket.
and
So I tried to
obvious,
go
but
find a way to get it
just
out,
went with
I don't know,
bucket.
in a couple places. Then I came back, and I'm still stuck in this bucket. So anyway, how's your day been going?
There I am.
Hey, Chunky, where you going?
That's just him tween him off.
Well, that's all for
We already
this episode
acknowledged
of
that
Sergio Show.
the
Thank you very much for
Chunky
watching. I
Frankie
am
character
Sergio
is just
Dominguez saying
a very
have
nutty
an
character
animated
with
day.
being a dog, a pug, you know. Yeah, this was 10 minutes shorter than the previous season, which I get because it had pretty long episodes, a couple of long episodes. This season 32 just had a theme of like exploring Toon City and a bunch of gags. It sounds like I'm scraping the bottom of a barrel, but I had more ambitious ideas that I just didn't have the time or technology. Well, not technology. What kind of technology? Really energy to get through. I was going through a lot of rough things. So let me see this one. Originally, this episode, it was going to be a chunky episode of him grooming, but again, couldn't find anything funny for that. So I'm just like, let me try to think something else. I know, let's go back to the electronics store. Let's go explore Toon City even more. And, yeah, buy a camera. I think this came from an episode later in the season with a vlog. And I think the vlog was also going to be something else, but I pushed it to somewhere else. The vlog episode was inevitable. I think I moved that around. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me do it. Instead, before I do the vlog episode, let me do an episode where I find cameras. And a lot of fun gags with cameras. Got to reuse, the electronics store and draw some funny cameras. If you know, you know. Some cameras you don't know. And just expand like the ideas and specs of because I do see a couple of internet personalities talk about cameras and stuff. So it'll be really funny. Yeah, look at all that. And there was one idea that I brought back that I wanted better, as you're going to see really soon. I'm having fun with those video editing wipes and transitions. And here I am. Yeah, this was simple yet really fun to make. It's like, I like cameras. I want to buy a camera. And again, I got to have fun with the video effects too.
Camera 3.
Yep, camera 3. Camera 4, 5. This was personally fun. Even got to reuse that rig. You can tell that rig's old. That rig is pretty old.
Alright. I made my decision. It's a tough decision, but it's a decision of a decision. And the camera I will choose... Camera 6! Oh!
I got that one. I got that one. Little face. It's funny to put a little face on a camera.
Let's take you to checkout.
Yep. That one.
And there we go. That's all for this episode.
I know the outlines of the backgrounds are thick because they were drawn in marker and scanned in, especially in this case. Then I had to stretch and expand it. So that's why it looks like it is just these dark spots, rectangular lines thing. But it is what it is. But that's the best I can do background. Just draw them and put them in the back and stretch it. Because it needs outlines and I like drawing them sometimes classically. Just gotta make these backgrounds quick. So that or a solid color gradient. But it led to another fun episode to make. Excuse me, I'll take a drink.
Sergio Studios. It's the Sergio Show.
Alright, this episode. Originally, I was going to go to a mall, but then I changed it to the vlog episode. And this was an interesting one because I would animate. This episode was interesting because I did have to animate in a way where it's the vlogger style of POV and stuff. And I'm like, can I do this? Is it possible? And is it possible to do it really quick? But I ended up doing it, and it led to a lot of fun gags. I animated drawing, which was a hard thing to do to animate a character draw something, but figured it out a little bit. It was kind of fun. Those swooshes, also, I tried something new, which was I used a different editing software. This software I had, instead of Magic's Movie Edit Pro, I used Pinnacle Studio. And I used that because it had really nice wipes that looked like blurs that you just saw, and did a good job.
show you the moment.
Okay, it was a little bit tough, the swipes, because it didn't render or export as well as I wanted it to be, so it took a couple of tries, but it ended up working, honestly.
Do a trick.
And yeah, also the POV of the camera moving, giving that feel that a person's holding the camera, of the stabilization and stuff. It ended up working really well.
Okay, be perfect, Chunky.
Getting that POV just fine.
Good boy.
Got a lot of funny gags here too.
You never miss,
Yeah,
Chunky.
good dog. You good dog. You good boy. Remember, so this was one of those videos where I made it on the spot. I thought this was gonna be tough to animate, but ended up being fun. Oh, the can flipping. Oh, I was really surprised how well that came out. I was surprised how well it came out
Yeah, I showed this one.
completely. Excuse me.
Moving on.
But it was a simple thing that, again, was really well done. Came out really well.
Did you hear that?
Oh my god.
I hear noise.
What's going on?
Is that a ghost?
Oh my gosh.
A spiritual being?
I think that was like a gradient that I made within the episode. I'm trying to remember. I look like that. Oh, camera goes. Again, another callback. A couple callbacks in this one, but it worked to its advantage because of the vlog style, and a lot of vlog videos are very in your face, literally. Also like, oh, here I am, yay, look at that. Oh, what are you talking about, dude? So I pulled that off just fine. Oh man, I don't know if I want to make more of this episode of like a little vlogger style, but it was fun and it came out pretty well. So we'll see about that. I hope you like it. I'm surprised how good it was. I'm proud of this one. Yeah, thanks to the help of Pinnacle Studio when it comes to those wipe transitions. Yeah, you see?
Sergio Studios.
Alright, this episode. Okay, this one I kept. This was originally kept and I scheduled it. And this is, again, I brought back Alien Sergio. And I thought of another alien pop culture thing of like the alien stuck on Earth and a kid befriends it kind of thing. I thought this was going to take a while because I had to create a new character with mouth, lip sync and stuff. And it was this kid. But this whole episode took 3 days. I managed to set up the character, even though he was simple, pretty well with lip sync and all that stuff. And I like voicing the character and how I created the character. Taco breath. That's right, taco breath. Yes. So this is a very hilarious episode just because of the kid. And I drew such a jerk, but he's just a happy-go-lucky kid. So I love the joke of that. Oh no, taco breath. Like I wanted to draw a character with like one big tooth in the middle too. You know what I mean? That was fun. Taco breath. And I improvised and I had fun with this one. That's right, taco breath. You're mine. It's even funnier gag when you see his teeth together. He still has that tooth. So awkward. Yeah, and it's funny how he's a happy-go-lucky kid, but he's like the most dangerous kid ever. I love that gag. It's so simple. But you feel bad for Alien Sergio and how he got into this mess. But you can also see I had to rush the backgrounds. And I had to also rush the aliens and stuff. So it was a mess. It was a mess, but honestly, I was still happy that it came together how it did. Very well done.
I got this bike and we can go together.
Taco breath. Oh no. Yeah, a lot of like stiff drawings, honestly, but still fun. Phew. This is a funny set of gags. Again, I couldn't draw that much background, so it's just a gradient. Since it was blurry and speedy. You know? It's like, help me. No, Toggle Breath. They're gonna catch us. It's like he has a rocket-powered bike. Did I parody? I don't think I parodied what I was gonna do. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, I executed it like that because I'm like, that shot, if you know what I'm talking about, is so parodied and satirized to death. So I'm like, what can I do? Nothing, so I just did that. So, yeah, again, I had to do some tweening with the character. Again, I just drew that. I just drew these aliens and just scanned them in, and that's it. I think I was also in that home stretch era of it where I was like, let's just go. Let's just go. Oh my god, no more. Ah. You know?
Hey, what the? No.
I couldn't take it anymore.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm also looking at my notes. And I did write like how long the 2 seasons took. I started production March 10, 2024, and I finished October 8, 2024, and it took 108 days out of those months. A lot of things going on personally. But made it through, and I'm working on some pretty ambitious projects, and so far so good. But yeah, Alien Sergio's better now. Will we see that kid again? Honestly, I had a fun time. I want to bring him back, so we'll see. We'll see, folks. We'll see. Okay. But again, fun, quick episode. Surprised how quick it was. Taco breath. Very fun.
Sergio Studios.
This episode, originally this was going to be the Chunky Fine Sergio episode, but I pushed it to a couple episodes earlier in the season. So with this one, I'm like, let me do Dinosaur Sergio. This was the second to last episode. This was episode 19 out of 20. And by that point, I was so tired. I was so tired, fatigued, done with this, that I was just, let's just Dinosaur Sergio, time travel, gags. That's it. So I just animated whatever, reused some things, drew some things, and I think this whole episode took a day. Took a day to make, and I just was so tired and so finished. You know, so let's just bring up all this stuff. And even then, I reused assets. There was no audio for this episode. There was no audio for this episode. All the audio you do hear was me recording over the animation that I did do in post. So I was like, I made a cut of the episode and just re-recorded it. You know, I had my recording device, played this episode, and just was like, I'm on it. Just all these noises and what you see in this, you know. So I was like, yeah, let's just go. I had an attitude of like, let's just go. Let's just have an episode finished. I know. Yeah. You know. But it is what it is. I was just like, so with this episode. Let's just go. Gags, animate, use assets. Down to the home stretch of just this and the next episode, and that's it. No more. I was just like, no. Let's just get through this. Oh, God. It was such a tough time for me personally. My gosh. Damn. I think this episode was well received, even though I rushed this to hell. But it came out how it came out. Even I think this was like also reverse shot. Yeah. I reversed it. And again, yeah, this episode was just one day, let's go, bye. And then the next episode, we'll get to it, but yeah, I was just like, oh my God, I'm almost done. I was 2 episodes away, you know? So, that was it for that episode. Go. Just go. That was the whole attitude that I had. And that was just, you know, the second to last episode. It was just 1 episode left, and here it is in production. My gosh. My gosh. This episode. My gosh. Okay, so here we are.
Sergio Studios.
Alright, we're in the season finale, finally. This was the actual last episode of the 20 episode run. And by that point, again, I was tired. I was done. And also at the time, a very big hurricane was coming here to where I was living. So I was like, it was like a day or 2 away. So I was just like, let's just do this. So this originally, it was still the episode I have scheduled. Me meeting myself, but instead of being live action with animation, I was like, let me do a video chat. Let me change it to like a video chat. It was originally going to be a live stream, but let it be video chat and let us just do this. And I just recorded myself, paused, then recorded audio here. This whole thing took
How's it been
a
after
couple
episode 300?
hours. This was a episode that took a couple of hours because I was so done,
So how about you?
and I improvised and I just used my imagination and just
so far. So any evil
almost
Sergio activity?
what a 8-month yet 108-day journey this was. Let's
No,
just
so far,
go.
no evil
Our
Sergio
big
activity
hurricane
on
is
my end.
coming. Let's just
How about the
record, animate, record, pack, done. But I had some poignant things to say about the future of the show and hinted at other things. You can tell by the look in my face, I was just, let's go. I know. Oh my gosh. But here I was like, let's go. After I recorded my live action part, I just animated it.
Understood. So, any
I
other
think when I
plans
played,
for our
I
future?
did audio and yeah, I'm also done to the home stretch of this commentary because this was a rough time in my life. But after I finished the 20 episodes and this episode, I was like, yes, let's do more ambitious things, and I got happy again and went through all the rough stuff and started 2025 really
We'll
good.
get through this,
So
I'm sure
we'll see how things go. Again, like how I am in this episode and that whole year.
Well,
You know,
that's all
so
for this
we'll see
little,
how it goes.
video chat
But I'm just glad I
season
got this
finale
episode
of
done,
The
the
Sergio Show.
20
I'm
episodes
Anime
done,
Sergio,
released.
live action Sergio.
It was a mess.
And
It was a
I'm
mess,
live action
but we did
Sergio.
it.
I just said that. And we're both saying
We did it.
happy animated
It was
day.
a crazy journey to just do 20 episodes, but came out just fine. Even though there were some episodes I had to skip on, it was more streamlined than ever before. But again, working on some more ambitious things. So again, thank you very much for listening to the audio commentary of season 32 of the Sergio Show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and follow me on my social medias if you want to, and all that wonderful stuff if you want to. So again, thank you very much. I am Sergio Dominguez, saying, have an animated day. Thank you.
Sergio Studios.